What is going on, guys? TJ, the big sports guy here. Today, we are going to talk about 3 different ways that you can avoid sneaky fees this holiday season if you are planning on listing any cards for sale on eBay or any other platforms like it. First of all, today is Tuesday. It is Thanksgiving week, so I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving out there. Make sure to watch plenty of football and cheer for the University of Michigan this Saturday against Ohio State, because they are terrible. One great thing about selling on eBay and selling online specifically is that it can be a very convenient way to open up your sales to one of the biggest audiences, if not the biggest audience in the sports card market. Starting out though, eBay does take a cut of about 13.2% of your sales straight off the top. However, there are some other, I wouldn't call them hidden, but kind of sneaky fees to avoid when you're listing on there. One way to think of this is about every $100 that you sell on eBay for your cards, you're going to bring home about $87 before any of these other things. I've obviously been selling on eBay for about 4 years consistently now. We've got over 1,400 items sold. I will pop my eBay up here so that you can take a look at it. We do have 100% feedback on there. So we're going to give you some tips and guidance today on what not to do on eBay. Okay, the very first thing that you should not do if you're trying to maximize your sales revenue and your profit on eBay is promote your listings. Once you've got all of your information set up and ready to publish to eBay, one of the very last options is going to ask you if you wish to promote your listing to drive more traffic. I have done this solely for the purpose of seeing if it would actually drive more views and promote my listing to a point where more people would see it on eBay. From my experience, it does not. I had a listing that was, I've had several listings actually that I tried it out on, but it would be about halfway through the week. So I would set a 7-day auction. I'd get about 3 days in, and then I would pay to promote the listing to see if there was a significant bump in views to that listing, and there was absolutely no change whatsoever. About 3 days into the listing, we had maybe 10 or 15 views, which can be fairly common depending on what kind of cards you're listing on there. That traffic did not change at all. So basically, I just wasted $1.99 of my own money. And the unfortunate part for you is if you choose to promote your listing and the item does not sell, then you are stuck paying that fee regardless. Now, if you do want to drive sales and you want to sell as many items as possible on eBay, from my experience, the best way to do that is to be as detailed as possible when making the eBay listings. You will see a bunch of subcategories right underneath of the title of your listing. You need to go in there and you need to select. There are a few things that you have to select by default, like the sport, whether the card is graded or ungraded, and then the condition. Below that, though, there's an option to put in the player's name, features for the card as if it's serial numbered or other things. There are several subcategories that you will see there, like the team or the sport or the league that they play in, whether it's NBA or NFL. The more of these items that you fill out, the more search history will get picked up by eBay's algorithm and will drive traffic to your listing. So be sure to fill out as many of those details as possible if you want to maximize your views and maximize your sales. Okay, that is the first sneaky fee to avoid on eBay. The second one has to do with certain length auctions. I just watched another video recently that was talking about buying and selling on eBay, and it was talking about how you can customize the lengths of your auction. The one thing that video did not mention, though, is that you do actually have to pay fees if you do that. Now, keep in mind there are 3 different options for doing an auction that are free. You can do free listings on eBay all the time. The only thing that you pay is the commission to eBay based on your sales. However, listing the item itself is free if you do a 5, 7, or 10-day auction. You will see that there are 2 other options in there. You can do a 1-day or a 3-day auction if you so choose. However, the shorter your auction, the less traffic you're probably going to generate because you're only allowing people to view it for 24 hours. For the 1 and the 3-day auctions, I do believe it's an additional 99 cents to $1.99 to be able to list for such a short time frame as well. So just keep that in mind when you are getting ready to list. Again, if you're listing cards in the $5 to $10 range, and that's primarily what you sell, even if you're selling cards for $50 or $60, if you're eating an extra $2 on top of the 13% that eBay takes every single time that you sell a card and you're trying to sell 50 or 100 cards on there, it's going to add up pretty quickly, and it's just going to eat into your sales revenue and your profit. The third sneaky fee that I want to help you guys avoid when trying to sell your cards on eBay is the fee that is associated with a reserve auction. If you are not familiar with what a reserve auction is on eBay or any other platform or auction house, basically what this is a way for you to, let's say you want to run an auction for 99 cents starting out. However, you think that the card might be worth $75 or $80, and you want to make sure that you don't sell that card for any less than $50. You could put a reserve price on the auction at $50, meaning that if the card were to get bids up to $40 or $45 and then it's sold, that the auction would be invalid. You would get to keep the card because it did not reach your minimum reserve price of $50. So this is an option for eBay or a lot of other platforms when you're selling things. It's a good way to guarantee that you get the price that you want to achieve. And if you don't get that price, then you can keep that card. A lot of people choose not to use this option, however, because there is a fee associated with it. Again, I believe it's a couple dollars. The other drawback of this fee is that whether or not your card actually achieves its minimum price and you're able to sell it, you do still have to pay this fee. Well, hopefully those three things right there to avoid will help you make some extra money this holiday season or whenever it is that you decide to finally sell some of your personal collection on eBay. If you haven't done this already, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and a comment below to let me know what you thought for future videos. And have a great Thanksgiving week, and I will catch you next time.